Ezekiel 4:13, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I have driven them, where I have driven them. I want to give all glory, all praises, and definitely all the honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who definitely rule and teach well. Mighty Shalom to the hopefully elect and the Sisakis push the truth throughout the four corners of the earth. To you, I say Shalom. To Brother Yerah from the Great Millstone branch. The Gary and the Anacap coming at you another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. And what inspired me to open up with that Ezekiel 4:13 was based off this video I caught on TikTok. Which I'm pretty sure brothers probably did lessons going into that subject matter. On the executive of the Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup guy, and exposing the fact that how, the meat that's within their products are 3D printed meat, and how he's boasting the fact on how he doesn't eat it, and pretty much, that shit is for the poor. We don't give a damn about the poor. He boasting the fact that he wouldn't eat it because he knows it's not good. It's poison. It's toxins. But yet, they still sell this shit to the poor, showing that these people are not fit to rule, man. And, I'm going to play the video real quick. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Bring out a couple precepts, and the Lord will be edified.
And chief information
bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
Campbell's Soup vice president just said that their soups have 3D printed meat in them. He was also caught on recording saying that Campbell's products are for poor people and that he won't eat them because he knows that they are unhealthy with the bioengineered meat in them. This was all caught on audio recording by an employee named Robert Garza of Michigan. Garza filed a lawsuit against Campbell's on Thursday and released audio he says features Vice President and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally. A Campbell's Soup Company spokesperson released a statement that said, "We are proud of the food we make, the people who make it, and the high quality."
Look at that. It says contains bioengineered food. The ingredients from canola, corn, and soil, which canola oil, seed oils have been known to be detrimental to the body. They're known to cause, high inflammation, which causes what? Cancer, man. Products from genetically modified crops. And if you're not sighing and crying for the Lord to come back and destroy this devil, then something the hell is wrong with you, man. The scripture say this in the book of Matthew, which I got pulled up. If you like it, bear with me. Matthew 24 and what the hell is that? So like this. 24 and 22. And it says, and except those days shall be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. And we're witnessing that right now. That prophecy is being fulfilled right now as we speak, man. Look how quickly time is flying, man. We're only, 3-4 weeks away from the so-called supposed new year. It seemed like 2025 was just a snap. It just went by like by the snap of a finger, man. And at the same time, look how much has happened within the past year, man. Especially as the Orange Man and his regimes, took, the cruel Lord, took control of, of the supposed White House, man. Look how much can happen. And expect more to happen as we come into this supposed new year, man. It could be the very year that they implement the MOTV, who knows? But nevertheless, not to get sidetracked, hey, the Lord said, what? It's simply shorten those days, no flesh should be saved. And in the video, as you can see, he boasts in the fact that how he doesn't eat it. He get, he ate it. That shit is for the poor, which shows the pride of these rich people, man. Which he's low on the totem pole, that guy. He's, compared to the elites, but nevertheless, the mindset that these rich people have. And that's why the scripture said this real quick in the book of James 5:1. And it reads, it says, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. These proud ass rich people from the rich elites, and even you so-called supposed billionaires, or 500 or more millionaires, which that ain't shit, but nevertheless, these people that's well to do off in the society, you're gonna be weeping and howling in the days to come, man. You know, your riches are corrupted. That's corrupted, man. You selling people fucking poison, man. Then boasting the fact that how you don't eat it, I don't eat that shit. I give it to for the fucking poor. It's just a proud ass devil, man. You know, you heathens gonna got it, man. You got a crucial judgment coming to you, motherfuckers, man. You know, and excuse my language. It said your riches are corrupt, your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you. And ye shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. It says, behold, the hires of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is kept of you by fraud. You know, here you are, you work, you slay at these damn jobs. They take all the goddamn, all matters of taxes out your shit. And then you don't even get paid to what, 2 to 3 weeks later. In some cases, a month. And by the time you get your check, they already take everything that they want out of it, which is nothing but a form of extortion, man. And we know what the scripture say, no extortioner shall inherit the kingdom of heaven, man. And that's why Lord for grace sent judgment upon this place, man. That's why you're seeing the plagues hit this place, man. Absolutely wicked, man. You selling people 3D printed meat, food? What kind of shit that is? What's wrong with just giving them damn chicken? But it just shows that this man is a complete damn devil, man. And you think because he got exposed, you think they're going to stop selling their products? Hell no. They're not going to remove their products from off the store shelves. Hell, you probably had people buy some of their products for supposed Thanksgiving. You know? It says, which is kept you by fraud, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered to the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, the Lord of armies, man. You know? Let me play a little bit more of that video, man.
The ingredients we use. The comments on the recording are not only inaccurate, they are patently absurd. Keep in mind the alleged comments are made by an IT person who has nothing to do with how we make our food.
Yeah, lying ass, but on the back of your can, it literally just says it. You see how this devil, he's a liar? It literally says bioengineered food on the back of the can, but he's telling you the food that we make. It just shows that these people are not fit to rule. Can't even fucking lie right. You know? And it's not something we're not privy to. We've been know that the food that we eat is defiled, man. A lot of it's genetically modified. A lot of it's not even real. Especially a lot of the meats, you know, the different sandwiches and burgers you get from these different fast food companies, man. Well, they've been going, you know, but people still line up and go and eat this shit, man. You know? Let's get another precept. Get some precepts real quick. I'm gonna try to make this shit too long. It's Isaiah 24:1. And it reads, behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth and brought the inhabitants thereof. And it shall, matter of fact, I'm going to jump down to verse 4, Slakia. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the orders, and broken the everlasting covenant. And that's why everything is defiled, man. Everything's destroyed. Everything's polluted. The people are languishing. People are depressed. You got people killing themselves because they're depressed. You got children killing themselves, man. In a world that was created to live for men to enjoy, people are want to giving up their lives, man. Want to die because of why? The powers that be, the wicked rulership, man. You know. Real quick, before I get that, let's go to Sirach 10:3. And it reads, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. That's an unwise king. You think any righteous king or any king with some damn sense, you know, would want his subjects to produce the most for him. So would it be, you know, smart to give them the best food to eat so they can produce the most? This devil, he doesn't do that. He don't give a damn about nobody. Not even his own so-called soldiers, military. Yeah, I'm gonna be in the Esau's army, man. They used to give us fucking slop and shit. Sometimes you be like, what the fuck is this? You know, they don't even give a damn about their own military, man. Their own citizens. And that's why he's not fit to rule, man. You know, it's gonna say what the tender mercy of the wicked are cruel. Let's get it. think it's in Proverbs. Yep, Proverbs 12:10. It says, "A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel." And this man, he's cruel, man. Cruel in everything that he does, man. You know? And when it shows to show that Esau is not fit to rule, man, at the end of the day. And that's why the Heavenly Father said, go back to that Sirach 10:4. "The power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable." That one that is profitable is speaking of whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. We know his true name to be Yahushua Mashiach. And he's a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah that's going to come back and with the holy angels and destroy this bitch, man, and deliver his elect from this madness, this fucking freak show that we call America and Edomite rulership. You know, you're not fit to rule, man. It reminds you of that movie in the movie Lion King when Scar was ruling, how everything was just docile, destroyed, desolate, barren. You know, it shows and it reflects it, the king that was ruling at the time. So what we're seeing right now here in America and throughout the earth is a reflection of who's in power. An unwise king, man. You know? It says, let's jump down, verse 8, because of unrighteous dealings. That's unrighteous dealings, man, to give people that type of food, man. Which the food, the FDA, all these, and the pharmacia companies and all, they all in cahoots, man. They all work hand in hand. The medical field, all that shit work hand in hand. They know that people's gonna get sick from the food that they eat. And they capitalize on what? Death. That's why the scripture say he is as deaf, it can never what? It can never be satisfied, man. He can never be satisfied. You know? It says, because of unrighteous dealings and injuries, riches got by deceit. That's deceit. You're getting rich, you're getting paid off selling people fake food. You would think, okay, I'm eating some real chicken. You know, because people eat soup when you know, when you get sick. You sick, your stomach hurt, you know, soup, you know, because we're in the winter months, soup season. And here comes, you think you're going to eat a can of soup. And then the whole time, the shit to even make you sicker than the hell you are. Madness, man. That's why, you know, so to the best, you know, everything's defiled, but, you know, it's best just to cook your own shit, man. Make your own goddamn chicken noodle soup. Yeah, I made some last night myself, man. It's fucking good, you know. Make your own shit because you know what you're putting in it. Although all the shit foul, but you know you got to work with the best what you got, man. You know. It says the kingdom is translated from one people to another. It says, "Why earth and ash is proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man." And he's a covetous man. He don't give a fuck about anything but what he wants and what he desires. It says, "For such as one sitteth his own soul to sell, because while he lived, he cast away his bowels." And that's Esau. And you got our people, the 2/3, in that same type of mindset, man. You know? It says, "The physician cut off the long disease, and he is today a king, tomorrow shall die." And that's what, and the Lord's gonna cut out that long disease, speaking of what? Esau. The scripture say what in the book of Job 15:4. Was 11:4. Which one was it? You got enough for 4 and 11? Physicians, let's get it real quick. Job 13:4, Slaki. It says, "But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value." That's Esau. He's a forger of lies. Oh, our products are good. He don't know what he's talking about. What the hell? He do know what he's talking about. Fuck is you? He just happened to get caught. You know, he's so long. It could be hidden, man. That's why I was gonna say this real quick. In 2 Thessalonians, 2:8. Sorry, 7 says, "For the mystery of iniquity do already work. Only he who will now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. The Lord gonna destroy this devil. Right now he's being consumed by what? This truth coming out, man. He's being revealed. Everything that's being done in the dark is now being brought to light. From the food industry, the pharmacia, the music, everything is being brought to light. Everything that Esau is doing, that behind closed doors, is now being brought to light, and that's why he's going to come down with great wrath, because he knows it's over. He's being exposed. The scripture say what? That's a shameful spewing upon thy glory, man. The scripture say what? There's an inquisition being made upon the ungodly. Going to you damn devils, man. You know. It says, even him whose come is at the workings of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, man. He's lying wonders. You know? Artificial intelligence. Pseudoscience. You know? That's part of his lying wonders, his miracles. And a lot of people are captivated by these things, man. A lot of people are mesmerized about what the things that this devil has created. You know, not knowing all these things are set up to trap and to snare you for the devil's ultimate goal, and that's putting your ass on that MOTD system, man. Or like your man, the Klaus Schwab himself said, what? The fourth industrial revolution, man. You know, where they're gonna what? Merge man with what? Machine. So that's the whole goal, man. You know, and in the process of they plan on offing a lot of people, killing a lot of people via what war, via what the plan, this at ease, you know, if you know what I mean. You know, it says even him whose cometh at the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceitfulness of unrighteousness, and them that perish because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. You know, because people, you know, a lot of people ain't gonna be saved, man. So, you know, I'm not gonna try to make this video too long. Just want to do a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. I'm gonna give all glory, all praises, honor to Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai, by Shem, God to Ush. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone who definitely do real well. Mighty shalom to the whole elected and societies pushing truth throughout the four corners earth. Shalom, Kum Yasharala, and the Bob of all.